today the qualified company secretaries, the starting salary would be about 5 to 7 lakh, 8 lakh. The BCom is not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, it is compared to the other courses like engineering and other things. It is not very costly. It is affordable. It is affordable by a average person who don't have a very high income.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನಾನು ನಿತಿನ್ ಫೋರ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಗೆಳೆಯರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಯೆಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನ ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಶಿವಾನಂದ ರಾಮ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿಗಾರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿ ಏನು, ಹೇಗಾಯಿತು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಲಿತರು, ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿ ಕರಿಯರ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಅವರು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿ CS ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಿಂದ ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ CS ಜರ್ನಿನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಕರಿಯರನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೂ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯಾ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ CS ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಮಾತಿಂದನೇ ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸರ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀ, ವೈ ಶುಡ್ ಒನ್ ಲರ್ನ್ CS ಸರ್?
Okay, so you mentioned about CAs, right?
Yes.
The CAs are basically considered to be in the commerce field. They are considered to be the first preferred professionals. After that, the company secretaries are second preferred professionals.
Okay.
And in terms of job opportunity, in terms of career opportunities, it is equal to chartered accountants. That is one. And secondly, you can go up to the topmost position in the organization. Like, for example, if you take my own case, I have started at a very, very junior level. Today, I am the next to the board, one level below the board. I report to all the board of directors, all the regulators. I go and meet the topmost officers in the SEBI, RBI. So it gives you a lot of career growth, and you can become the topmost guy in any organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So coming to the work opportunity and where they can work, like in a public, private sector, or some other listed companies, where they can work, sir, people who completed.
Yeah, you can work in any organization. Private organization, you can work as a company secretary, because every company with a more than 10 crore paid up capital it is mandatory to appoint a company secretary. Okay. Any company with a more than 10 crore, you have to have a mandatory company secretary. But even the small companies also you can work, because you are an expert in law, right? Okay. And every organization you need to comply with the laws, and even the smaller companies you can work. And particularly, the small companies, SMEs, the medium sized organization. So they generally, as a part of their tax planning, as a part of their the business strategy, they end up incorporating multiple companies. Okay. So because up to beyond a particular income level, you end up paying a higher tax, right? So what big business guys do, just to minimize the tax liability, and as a part of the business strategy, they end up incorporating different companies for different line of business.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So to manage those companies, because every company need to do certain regulatory filing, you need to have your own board of directors.
Yes.
So who can manage all these, even the smallest of the companies? It is the company secretaries who can manage.
Okay.
Right. So I have seen, for example, in a company with about say 25 crore turnover, they may have some 10 different companies. Right. So to manage those 10 different companies, you need company secretaries.
Okay.
So that is the opportunity for the company secretaries in the private sector. And in the government sector, again, you can, for example, since the law is the strength of the company secretaries, you can get yourself appointed in all the regulators like SEBI, RBI, stock exchanges. For example, in stock exchanges, they have got a compliance team. Okay, in the compliance, because they have to monitor the compliance of the all the listed entities. So to monitor the compliance of the listed entities, they need the qualified company secretaries. They
Okay.
need the lawyers. They need the chartered accountant. The company secretaries get employment in stock exchanges. They get employment in other regulators, like for example in SEBI, in the mutual fund organizations, in the insurance companies, the IRDA. There is a IRDA who regulates the insurance companies. Okay, so in almost every area you get appointed.
Okay. Okay.
In every area, there is no limitation. Even in the government, even in the government, if you clear their exam, you get appointed in the government. So there is a huge opportunity. It is the canvas is very big.
Okay. Okay. And even
Yeah.
coming to the salary and benefits, what they get, how about it, sir?
Yeah. For example, today the qualified company secretaries, the starting salary would be about 5 to 7 lakh, 8 lakh. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
once you qualified, the starting would be minimum 5 lakh, and big companies they pay up to 8 lakh for the startup. And then as you gain experience and then you change the job, you get 25-30%
Mm-hmm.
salary jump. And if you really work hard, if you pick up the right knowledge and the skill sets, so there is no limit. There is no limit for the growth.
Okay, so after watching this video, many people who doesn't know about CS, they will show interest in learning CS. So what
Hmm.
message do you want to give them, sir, who are in a initial stage?
No, the message is today, in my days, passing percentage used to be 5% or 6%. Now I think slightly it is better, but it is not that easy to clear the company secretary course. Okay, so what they need to do, put the right kind of effort and never get disheartened if they don't clear the exam in first attempt. If you fail in first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, there is nothing to get discouraged. And if you put effort, definitely you will get cleared. And once you clear, and then you have to go through some mandatory, you have to work in a company for 21 months mandatory training you have to go through. And then there are some 15 days some modular training and other things.
Okay.
But there is an opportunity. For example, in my company, there are 20 company secretaries who report to me, and then two trainees, all 22 people who report to me, and at a different levels. So, and they get promoted. If you put right effort, there is an opportunity.
Okay. Sir, can you tell a little about the course content and exam stages, the course duration? Can you give a little information about that?
Yeah, the course duration, I think now today people can start from the 12th onwards. Once they clear 12th,
Mm-hmm.
so they can parallelly do BCom and company secretary course.
Okay.
And I had seen people had cleared the company secretary course, but BCom they are giving the final exam kind of.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it is about in 2.5 years you can do both BCom and the company secretary course.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and the course content, it is similar to become slightly tough, but
Okay.
with the more focus on the law part,
Law
because
part.
you have Companies Act, you have taxation laws, you have labor laws, so all FEMA, foreign exchange. So all the laws get taught in the company secretary course, and you have your accountancy. So
Oh.
you also have to learn the bookkeeping, accountancy, financial management, taxation, and the all the law subjects.
Sir, what is the difference between CS and CA?
Okay. Now CS and CA, the main difference is the subject content. CA is more
Okay.
into accountancy,
Accountancy.
where it is the importance is given to the finance function. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
where the balance sheet is prepared, where the company is debit credit, your finances are taken care by the chartered accountant. CS is more like a law function.
Law
Okay,
function.
so it is a combination of the, I would say, it is more towards a being a lawyer, if you are already qualified as a company secretary, that will help you, because
Okay.
it is more to do with the compliance with the regulations and the government laws,
Okay. Okay.
right? And however, it is also, company secretary also need to know the accountancy part,
Okay.
because end
Okay.
of the day the company secretary is responsible to the board and ensure that the right accounts is presented to the board and they get approved, and then you communicate to the public at large and you comply with the all the regulations, right? Suppose today if you have to run a business, you have to comply with the all the laws,
Yes.
there is
Yes.
employment law, there is administrative law, there is a
Yes.
tax laws, and all kinds of law, right? Environment related, administration related, and the your employment related, broadly if you want to classify. So but in India there are SEBI regulation, there are RBI regulation, there are IRDA regulations, mutual fund related, stock market related, environmental related. There are so many regulations you have to comply, regular laws and regulations. The focus of the company secretary function is to ensure compliance with the laws and
Laws and
regulations,
regulations.
and also have an eyes oversight on the finance function.
Financial also.
Because at the end of the day, when the accounts are drawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these accounts had to be in compliance with the regulations. So it
Okay.
is the role of the company secretary to ensure that whatever the accounts are drawn is in compliance with the regulation.
Okay. So who can be eligible for CS means who are good at accounting, finance, BCom, who are graduated from BCom commerce sector, as well as who are good with the law, who have knowledge of law, or who wants to pursue career, who wants to gain knowledge of law also. So they can be
Yes,
good eligible, good candidate for a company secretary.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. So primarily yes, but the BCom is not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay. So I had seen people who have done BSc.
Okay.
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 So who qualified as a BSc, they did science and they completed BSc, but they in the BSc line they couldn't make progress because they didn't get the right career opportunity. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but then such people had also taken the company secretary course and who had become successful company secretary subsequently. But they would have faced the challenge in the initial phase to understand the accounting part of it. Okay, because the up to 12th they would have learned the bookkeeping part, right? The up to 10th and 12th there is a bookkeeping part is there. Commerce is also taught up to 12th.
Okay.
But after that, they would have taken science, and they would have not studied the BCom commerce part of it. But
Okay.
subsequently, when they took up the company secretary course, they had to pick up that gap, and those people had also become company secretary, successful company secretaries.
Okay.
So that is
Okay.
possible. So BCom is not a pre-mandatory requirement, however, recommended.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So when you are learning for when you are preparing yourself for company secretary, so how much money did you spend, sir? How much money did you invest on learning?
Actually, the cost of money is not huge. In those days, even now also,
Mm-hmm.
it is you don't have to pay huge fees to the institute. It is very very marginal, because in those days, I think every year I would spend some 2 to 3 thousand rupees.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it may not be more than a lakh rupees per annum. I don't think it will be very costly,
Okay.
because what institute does, they give you the study material, right? And you can do it yourself, that's fine. But if you want to go for a coaching, it's up to you.
Okay.
It's up to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So it is compared to the other courses like engineering and other things, it is not very costly. It is affordable. It is affordable by a average person who don't have a very high income.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಶಿವಾನಂದ ರಾಮ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿಗಾರ್ CS ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇವರ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿ ಈ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ನಿಗೆ, ಈ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ, ಈ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೂ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಕಲ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಲಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್. ಸಿ ಯು ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋ.